and nothing.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Robert Covington out there with Giles. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Simons in at the 2 guard. And for the Mavericks, we've got Luka Doncic. Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Pass to Covington. Back to Lillard. Clock at 6. Basket good. Tonight, Greg, 2 teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the court.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent. And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Now, here's Doncic. Fires for 3. The rebound by Giles. Doncic with the block.
And the defense of Doncic looking a lot better. I mean, when he works hard at that end of the floor, he can get up and block some shots, too. Not a lot of them, but he can block a few.
Marjanovic, and he banks in the layup.
Defensively, you just can't afford to give these easy looks up. Just asking to get burned if you do.
Kicks it to Lillard. Outside, Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Here's Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Giles, the pass to Lillard. And there's the defensive 3-second call. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and, Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls. And I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Doncic. And a switch here also for Portland. McCollum's checked in for Anthony Simons. Brunson, good.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And the Mavericks making a change here. Richardson's checked in. And Portland with a change here, too. Anthony's checked in. Pass to Richardson. Back to Brunson. Now the pass to Finney-Smith. And here is Marjanovic. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Outside Anthony. Portland moving the ball around. And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist by Anthony. That's 7 points for Damian Lillard. Brunson scanning the floor. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Powell, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Willie Cauley-Stein comes in for Porzingis. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And then for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Harry Giles. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Robert Covington. And Norman Powell subbed in for Damian Lillard. Kept alive. Passes to Canner. From deep. Dishes it to McCollum. And that's a foul. Called on Dwight Powell. That's his first foul. 1:32 left to play in the first quarter. And here's McCollum for three.
Well, Richardson's quickness really makes him a tough defender. He's just all over you.
Here's Brunson. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Up top, Powell. Cauley Stein defending. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. And Canner throws it down. 1:03 left in the first. For Dallas, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Powell, the pass to Cauley Stein. Lays it up and banks it in.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Richardson against McCollum. Back to Anthony. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
The Mavericks leading. And Redick kicks to Powell. Anthony with the defensive effort. Powell inside. Richardson cover. Powell, that's good.
Really, it's a thing of beauty to watch Hollis Jefferson move the ball like that. I mean, he's a team-oriented guy who looks to make the pass as much as possible.
From deep, Richardson, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. It's a tie game in Dallas. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
They've got Richardson. He's out there with Doncic. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Dwight Powell. And it's Melli in at the 4 spot. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Now, here's Doncic. And there it is for him. Doncic has got the lead up to 2 now for the Mavs.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
And, Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position. Not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Here's Doncic following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Hardaway with a wide-open look. Off target from outside. Anthony with it, and it's Richardson picking him up. And here's McCollum for 3. That shot off the mark, and it's Dallas the other way. Hardaway dishes to Doncic. On the wing, Doncic. At the top of the key, Powell. 6 on the shot clock. Puts up a 3. And it's Doncic missing. The Trailblazers shooting here about 46% for the game. Pass to McCollum. Out to Anthony. Here's the 3. C.J. McCollum. And that's good. And now a 3-point Trailblazer lead.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Doncic passes to Powell. Doncic outside. And he makes good on the layup. Doncic has got 8.
Doncic showing you his ability to finish. I really respect his aggressiveness in taking it to the hoop and handling contact.
And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop. And the rejection by Collins. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. A different look for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Dwight Powell. Porzingis is coming in for Nicolo Melli. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Josh Richardson. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Giles comes in for Zach Collins. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. And Lillard subbed in for McCollum. And the basket is good. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And, guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now, here's Nurkic. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And Lillard kicks to Giles. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. But Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
and now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad that's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. And they pick up 2. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Now here's Brunson. 5 points in the game. Was shot by Redick, no good. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Lillard. Here's Simons. A three-pointer, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Back to Cauley-Stein. Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Brunson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Back to Lillard. Fires from deep. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. The rebound by Giles. Giles has got his 4th rebound in this one. Lillard looking around. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defenders.
And that'll do it for the... Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The period wrapped up with the teams on... That's all for now.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. We've got Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Powell is out there with McCollum. Then it's Anthony. And it's Kanter in at the 5 spot. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, "We can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop." Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much.
Yeah, he's known for his finesse game, guys, but Porzingis showing you there. He got some power to his game, too.
And if you're just joining us, we play it over a minute here in the third. It's McCollum on the wing, guarded by Doncic, and the basket by McCollum.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Now here's Cauley Stein.
Covington's reach, the length of his arms really coming in handy when he goes up to block shots like that.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Trailblazers leading by 5. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And, guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Here's Powell. The rebound by Giles. Giles has got 6 rebounds here tonight. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Beautiful offense. Lillard creates time and again down the floor, whether it be for himself or for his teammates.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Brunson the pass to Powell. Outside, Redick. Here's Brunson. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Simon. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
To the middle, it's tipped. Here's Powell. Great D that time from Nurkic. And here we go with Giles running it up the court. Pass to Covington. Now the feed to Nurkic, and the rejection by Cauley Stein. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Porzingis is checked in for Dwight Powell. Nicolo Melli comes in for Willie Cauley Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for J.J. Redick. Hardaway is subbed in for Josh Richardson. Collins checked in for the Trailblazers. And he makes that one. Collins has got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Melli. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And now Portland on the break. Lillard from outside. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Marjanovic checked in for the Mavericks. Doncic comes in for Jalen Brunson. Hollis Jefferson, good.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Yep, that one goes in there.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
McCollum against Doncic. McCollum, no good.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Marjanovic against Cantor. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Marjanovic. McCollum outside, takes the 3. Here's Cantor. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And how about the toughness of Cantor? Outstanding at keeping his composure and just finding a way to capitalize.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Their lead at 15 going into the break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Powell, Jalen Brunson out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Cauley Stein in at power forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Here's Richardson, and the layup's good off the glass. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Nurkic finds Lillard over Richardson, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. 16 points for Damian Lillard. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Trailblazers.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Clock at 4. Trailblazers leading by 20. And so they foul intentionally. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Powell. Nicolo Melli comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for J.J. Redick. Hardaway is subbed in for Josh Richardson. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Harry Giles is checked in for Collins. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Here's Covington. He can't hit that time. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Here's Finney-Smith, defended by Covington. Finney-Smith can't get it to go. Here's Nurkic, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got his 5th assist in this one.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Brunson with a clean look, knocks down the 3-ball.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Lillard against Brunson. Fires the 3. But they get it back. Here's Nurkic. Mavericks with the rebound. Here's Finney-Smith. And it's rebounded by Covington.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Floats it up there for Nurkic. Dives for it. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Trailblazers.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Damian Lillard.
Well, I thought he was their catalyst tonight, guys. Moving the rock, actively looking to set other guys up. Outstanding work.
Redick with the bucket.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Redick also has a sweet touch from that area.
Here's Simons. Cauley-Stein defending. Yes, that goes in.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding,
and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
Melly passes to Burke. Dallas moving it around. Back to Reddick. Shot from 12. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Now here's Little. Guarded closely. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Richardson. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Doncic, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the 2 guard. Now here is Ibaka. Back to Beverley. He dishes it to Ibaka. Lets the 3 fly. Clippers working now with the new shot clock. Beverley against Doncic. 6 to shoot. Here's Ibaka. That one wide left. Now the Mavericks with it. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Finney Smith. The putback. It's rebounded by Leonard. George finds Batum. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Back to Leonard. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Leonard doesn't give the defense time to react. His catch-and-shoot game is on point.
Stolen by Beverley. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And boy, he gets a great jump on the rest of the field there and just leaves them behind.
Oh, you love the awareness, the decisiveness. Great job there.
Now, here's Doncic. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
Here's Leonard. Outside for Batum. Left side, Ibaka. Sinks that one from the post.
Well, you love how Ibaka goes right up with the shot. Doesn't hesitate for a second off the catch.
Doncic feeling it out. Makes it off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Leonard, no luck. The Mavericks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Porzingis. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Ibaka finds Beverley. Here is Ibaka, guarded by Marjanovic. It's Ibaka. That time on the assist by George. Ibaka's got his second bucket of the night.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. That one good for 2. And it's 6 points for Porzingis.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
And George, here we go. On its way from Ibaka for two. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Outside Leonard. Passes it to Batum. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Powell, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Cauley Stein comes in for Porzingis. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. L.A. has gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Now Jackson unloads from 13. Unable to get that one. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's Dallas. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwbacks.
Old school basketball.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
They've got Patrick Patterson, Patrick Beverley out there with Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's Mann in at the small forward. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. 4 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound, Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
And Beverley kicks to Kennard. And the pass to Mann. 9 feet out, and it's blocked, and he gets it back. Patterson against Brunson. Beverley for 3. Cauley Stein grabs the board.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Marjanovic, drilled from 6 feet. Marjanovic has got the lead up to 4 now for the Mavs.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Leonard inside, can't hit from in close. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Doncic, no good. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Dallas. Leonard with the ball. Inside. Oh, that was something else.
Have mercy.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
It's Richardson on the wing. Brunson the pass to Porzingis. Over Ibaka. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, still a dependable shot blocker. That is what got Serge Ibaka playing time at the beginning of his career. Nice. Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Patterson comes in for Nicholas Batum. Marcus Morris is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Luke Kennard in for Paul George. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Jackson passes to Patterson. Back to Jackson. Now Kennard, covered by Reddick. Jackson has the open look. Drops in the tray. And it's a 3-point Clipper lead.
The improved touch of Jackson, especially from range, now making him a multi-dimensional threat.
They need this, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Dallas shooting their first free throws of the game, and the first one at the line is good.
There's so much to like about Luka Doncic, but perhaps the best thing is he can contribute in every aspect of the game, scoring, rebounding, passing, you name it.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played, Powell with the steal. And here we go, the Mavericks on a fast break. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Pass to Kennard. Takes a three. Offensive rebound. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Out to Doncic. Off target from 3-point range.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Patterson passes to Zubac. Back to Patterson. Pass to Morris. Shot clock at 6. Here's Jackson. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 1.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Doncic. 2 points. That one goes. Doncic has got 8 points.
Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
Outside Jackson. Kennard on the wing. He got it up, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that's it. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They never put themselves in too much danger. That's all for now.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Marjanovic. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And there's Porzingis, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Count it. Richardson's got the lead up to 5 now for the Mavs.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
George against Richardson. George passes to Ibaka. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Porzingis. It's hauled in by Beverly. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. And there's Paul George on the assist from Ibaka. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Well, this guy is such a physical presence. Kawhi, phenomenal at finishing on the post, possesses great touch and great length.
Doncic kicks to Richardson. Misses the three. Clippers trail by 3. Here's George. He can't get that one. Marjanovic passes to Finney-Smith. Here's Porzingis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Now coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Patterson comes in for Nicholas Batum. Morris is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Billy Cauley-Stein comes in for Porzingis. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Richardson. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Paul George. And Dallas with a change here, too. Brunson's checked in. Feeds to Powell. Back to Brunson. Hardaway up top, covered by Morris. Here's Cauley-Stein, and he converts the layup. Cauley-Stein's got 6 points.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring, and Tim Hardaway says, you know what, my teammate's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
Brunson against Jackson. Here's Kennard. And he could not get that one to go. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now, here's Kennard. No points in the game yet for him. Passes it to Zubac. And the wide-open shot from Morris. Another shot, and it's Zubac laying it in.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Brunson kicks to Powell. The pass to Cauley-Stein. Powell dishes to Cauley-Stein. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, this is a quick and decisive offensive player who's not afraid of contact. Love Tim Hardaway Jr. accepting the contact.
That one misses. Clippers trail by 4. Here's Jackson. Good work there as it goes. Jackson's got 7 points.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Redick surveying the D. That one goes. Count it. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Redick also has a sweet touch from that area.
Here's Jackson. He has 7. Can't connect. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Mavericks ahead. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got Patrick Beverley. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Ibaka in at the 5. Roman the paint. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Leonard. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has zero fear. In fact, contact, it doesn't deter him at all.
And Leonard no good on that one. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. The lead is 2, and there it is for him.
Yeah, because Luka Doncic is such a threat to score it, it opens up the passing game, and boy, it is on display right now.
Bounce pass from Beverly. Leonard inside, guarded by Hardaway, and Leonard gets it to go.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it. Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Beverly looking around. Leonard attacking. The shot off that time. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Here's Doncic. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Boy, he knows how to fill the lane in transition. Serge Ibaka, a very mobile big man.
Outside Hardaway. Back to Doncic. Marjanovic. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And this is the time when you want to lock it down defensively. Thus far, not happening.
It seems to me a lack of effort and a lack of communication. And it's happening to both sides here late in the game.
And the Clippers making a change here. Man's checked in. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. Dallas calls timeout. And the Clippers making a change here. Cousins is checked in. Powell, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Hardaway comes in for Josh Richardson. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things could turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Doncic outside. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
And here's Beverly. Kicks to Cousins. To the paint. Here's Ibaka. It's blocked.
Beautiful defense from Powell. Uses that impressive length to come away with that rejection.
Here's Porzingis. The shot from the low post is good. Now it's a 6-point Maverick lead.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Beverly the pass to Leonard. Over Hardaway. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Beverly. Leonard's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has been in so many big-time situations. How confident is he right there?
Here's Doncic. Out to Porzingis. Out to the right wing. Dallas moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Doncic finds Porzingis. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Richardson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Dallas again missing.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Dallas leading by 4. A pass to Porzingis. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, go get it, big fella. Porzingis with the skyscraper.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip. Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Doncic against Leonard. Doncic outside. Pass to Porzingis. Shoots it. And Dallas again with the bucket.
Oh, you love the aggressiveness and the swagger that Porzingis has to take that shot. Such a clutch play from the Latvian.
Now Leonard. Powell pulls it in.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Richardson laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Richardson's got the lead up to 8 now for the Mavs.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
Leonard, no luck. Powell with it. Dishes it to Doncic. And so it's Dallas winning this one. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports. DH.
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, DA. Thanks. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Ibaka in at the 4-man position. And for the Trailblazers, Nurkic is out there with Giles. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard. And they pick up 2.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide-open man easily.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Oh, their goal on D is to not give him any clean looks from long range.
Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. The shot uses the glass that time, and it's good.
Look, that's a nice play. You need low post scoring to keep your offense balanced.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Zubac kicks to Leonard. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. To the inside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Oh, the sheer size Nurkic possesses is sometimes overwhelming, which is how he gets these fouls.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Now George. Pass to Leonard. "16 feet away." Rebound by Nurkic.
I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the D playing soft like that. Oh, the movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
The pass to Leonard.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Over Beverly. That shot off, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And he banks in the layup. And that's 10 points for Kawhi Leonard. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin. And I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that.
It's stolen by Morris. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Stolen by Cantor. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Oh, this is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
And here's Jackson. Kennard finds Cousins. And here is Patterson. He's guarded by Collins. Shots good by Kennard.
Oh, a deadly, decisive shooter. Once Kennard gets a good look he likes, he ain't going to hesitate.
Kennard against Powell. Out to the wing. Pass to McCollum. The 3. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Collins. Portland needs to get off a shot. Cantor controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Cantor gets a lot of his points this way.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. Passes it to Patterson. And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Now here's Jackson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Patterson passes to Cousins. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Damian Lillard, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. 5 on the clock. Los Angeles with another miss.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And the basket by McCollum.
Well, McCollum, he's a threat in transition. He excels at leaking out, and then he knows where to run in the open floor.
And Beverly kicks to Kennard. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
Beverly the pass to Mann. Kennard with the ball. Beverly with the ball. No good on the last second attempt there. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. He got into double digits for the quarter. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Oh, yeah, love the ball movement so far. Everything clicking at the offensive end.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Luke Kennard. Batuma's out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Patrick Beverly, and it's Mann in at the 3. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Robert Covington's checked in for the Trailblazers. Norman Powell comes in for Anthony Simons. The Clippers in the lead. Leonard kicks to Beverly. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And already his 3rd foul. It's got to be time to get him out of there probably until the 3rd quarter.
And there's the pass to Leonard. Here's Zubac. Banked in off the glass. Zubac has got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Clippers.
I mean, like the kick out there, recognizing there's more room outside than inside.
Cullen passes to Cantor. From deep three-point range, again the miss by the Trailblazers.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Oh, trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. Oh, we see a lot of this now.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Inside, Covington kicks to Cantor. Back to Covington. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Covington's got his first 2 points.
And it's clear Covington isn't bashful. He welcomes any opportunity he gets to score inside.
Powell with the steal. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Giles comes in for Anthony. Simons, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for McCollum. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Jackson's checked in. And the rejection by Zubac. George from deep three-point land. No good with the triple. Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
D has got to do a better job clogging up routes to the rim. Leonard is a terror when it comes to driving inside.
George dishes to Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Back to Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. Down low. Here's Zubac. It's deflected. Lillard against George. And the basket by Lillard. Lillard's got the lead up to 1 now for the Trailblazers.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. And it's denied. Nice break. Here come the Trailblazers. Here's Simon. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Nobody near Leonard. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Jackson against Lillard. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Outside Jackson. Back to George. Zubac trying to break loose. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut back down to 3 on the basket from Paul George. There's 38 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Nurkic. Lillard left side. To the paint. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Patterson comes in for Serge Ibaka. Morris is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Luke Kennard in for Paul George. That will not drop. Still looking for his groove. He's 1 of 6 so far from the floor. Cousins, no good.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
And finished off by Collins. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Some good action during the period as it... And...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. They've got Giles, also Robert Covington out there, Damian Lillard out there with Nurkic, and it's Simons in at the 2 spot. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Shoots over Covington. And here is Zubac. His first shot coming late. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Ibaka. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his specialty?
Whatever he made, it was special. Wouldn't matter.
I like watching Lillard shoot when he's in rhythm. He's superb at switching from dribbling to shooting in the blink of an eye.
Passes to Zubac. Back to Beverly. In the corner, George with it. And that one drops.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
The pass to Giles. Here's Simons. Second shot opportunity. Count that bucket. Giles has got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Leonard against Covington. Leonard, no luck. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game.
Wow, the speed of Lillard. So masterful at making decisions in the fast break situations.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Knocked loose and is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile one block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Jackson.
He's not the biggest guy on the court, but Jackson doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. He'll take a knock as long as he can get his points out of it.
To the middle, deflects the pass. Here's Anthony. Yep, that one goes. Anthony's got the lead back up to 9 now for the Trailblazers.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Jackson passes to Kennard. Kicks it to Cousins. Shoots the 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 5 here tonight. The offensive rebound. Anthony, the pass to Collins. Foul for 3. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's foul number 2 for him. Now here's McCollum. The dish now to Cantor. Back to McCollum. 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Clippers trail by 9. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Cousins finds Jackson. Releases from 15. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
He's lucky his teammates have picked up the slack for him. I mean, his shooting has been horrific.
Cousins dishes to Jackson. That one off the back iron and out. Trailblazers leading by 9. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Powell for 3. Cantor, the pass to Powell. 12 seconds left in the third. Cantor kicks to McCollum. They get it back. From past the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And so it's Portland in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Batum is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 2. Here's Patterson. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Giles checked in for Portland. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Three-pointer, Lillard. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14. Lets it go from deep. Here's Covington, and the rejection by Zubats. Right wing, Beverly wide open. Offline with his three.
And they continue to control the glass.
Leonard attacking.
Opponents are physical with Kawhi just about every game, but as forceful a player as he is, he just doesn't seem to mind one bit.
And Portland making a change here. Simons is checked in.
Oh, he's never rattled at the strike. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard from the arc. Takes it out to Covington. And George gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Three-pointer, Lillard.
And that's why he's one of the best two-way wings out there. George will lock you down on D, and it takes a very special effort to get off a clean shot against him.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
Pass to Nurkic. Lillard outside. Portland again missing. Clippers trail by 5. Here's George, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Covington against Leonard. Covington passes to Nurkic. Now Covington. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Nurkic can't hit.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Zubats. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. And George gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Giles. Norman Powell's checked in for Robert Covington. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Los Angeles. And the basket by Lillard.
For Lillard, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy you trust to make the right decision in these moments.
Pass to Leonard. There's a minute 47 left in the 4th quarter. No good from Cousins.
Look, I know he wants to get him back into this, but that's not the way to do it. They need smart shots, not these.
And here's McCollum for 3. And here is Powell. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now a 7-point Portland lead.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, very aggressive. I mean, he takes on the challenge with no hesitation.
Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Lillard against Beverly. From 12 feet out. And again, it's Portland converted.
Superb form. Lillard has the mid-range shot on lockdown.
Los Angeles has gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Leonard looking over the floor. It counts. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Harry Giles comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Robert Covington subbed in for Norman Powell. And a switch here also for the Clippers. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He said we've got to pick it up right here, right now. If we're going to win this game, we have to take control. This is the time.
And so it's Portland winning this one. They didn't make it easy on themselves. The bustling city of Portland. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Richardson. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, Giles is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. Nurkic finds Lillard. Count the basket. And tonight, a battle between conference rivals. These teams, Brent, know each other very well.
Very few surprises for either opponent tonight in this game, Kevin. I think they actually send Christmas cards to one another. They know each other that well. Who is going to execute when it matters? That's going to be the difference. Nice job by Richardson getting to the inside. High percentage play to the basket.
Lillard, the pass to Simons. Pass to Nurkic. 16 feet away. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
And Nurkic proving he's got a little touch there from the mid-range. Very difficult guy to guard.
Richardson, the pass to Doncic. Back to Richardson. Marjanovic kicks to Doncic. Count it. Good.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
To the paint. Nurkic dishes to Covington. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Doncic feeling it out. Off target with his 3. Here's Simons, guarded by Doncic. It's good.
Well, any possession that ends in a shot from that range after good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
Now, here's Doncic. He's tightly guarded. Count that one.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
Here's Simons, guarded by Doncic.
As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
Lays it up off the glass. 6 points for Luka Doncic.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
Simons, the pass to Lillard. Makes it off the glass.
Just straight quickness. Lillard showing off the effortless blow-by.
For Dallas, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. That doesn't go either for Doncic. And here's Lillard, who brings it up for Portland. Mavericks with the rebound.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And the shot goes in.
Yeah, you want Porzingis, especially with that kind of size, if you're the coaching staff, to go in and dominate on the glass. Do something on the interior. We're seeing that now.
Here's Simons. Lillard, the pass to Covington. Back to Lillard. And so the ball is out of bounds. Richardson touched it last. So Portland ends up going with the new group. The Mavericks also with a sub. Jalen Brunson. He's checked in for Luka Doncic. Clock is at 3. Here's McCollum. Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, good luck getting a shot over the 7-foot, 6-inch tall wingspan of Kristaps Porzingis.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Nicolo Melli comes in for Porzingis. Hardaway is subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional Mobile 1 block.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Back to McCollum. It's good.
Well, C.J. McCollum can score in a lot of ways. Coming off of screens, playing with the ball, spot-up three-point shooting. Just a variety of ways to produce.
Now here's Brunson. Passes it to Melli. No good. Good D by McCollum. To the inside. Here's Collins, and finish off by Collins.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
Brunson scanning the floor. Hardaway passes to Melly. Back to Hardaway. Out to the right wing. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
McCollum against Brunson. Elbow shot. Cantor. Great positioning on the putback.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders. Cantor also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
It's all tied. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
Yeah, looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go.
Oh, wow. You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Out to Hardaway. The pass to Powell. Back to Hardaway. Let's go. Goes back up. And the layup by Powell.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Harry Giles comes in for Zach Collins. Robert Covington's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Simons in for McCollum. Buries it from three-point range.
Well, he's effective in the catch and shoot dating back to his college days. Lillard has brought that skill to the pros.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and two shots coming up. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Lavis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are three names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Hardaway's checked in.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
Now, here's Lillard. He has 7. 2 free throws coming up, and they call. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. Lillard with it. He's picked up by Doncic. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, he can shoot the three, so defenses have to go out and overplay him, and that's what creates lanes for him to do stuff like that.
Doncic against Lillard. Shot left block. Powell. That's good. Powell's got 4 this quarter.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by, Powell with the steal. The 3 for Doncic. Portland grabs the miss. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Lillard from outside. The shot will not fall. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Redick passes to Porzingis. Puts it up from 7. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
They're going to take a little bit more to get Porzingis off of his sweet spot in his offensive game now.
And Lillard kicks to Anthony. Back to Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And here's the break. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard with the bucket.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Doncic against Lillard. Porzingis is double. Powell trying to free himself up. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut back down to 2 points on the basket from Doncic. The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. And Lillard kicks to Collins. And Lillard gets double teamed. Pass to Anthony. Over to the wing. Now Powell. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Lillard. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Lillard against Doncic. Lillard scanning the floor. And a missed layup. And so it's Damian Lillard making things. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He ended up with 15 points. Well, and that's good.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Now you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. We've got Jalen Brunson. Powell is out there with Cauley Stein. Then there's Burke, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Collins passes to Cantor. Back to Collins. Brunson against McCollum. Bucket is good. Cantor's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Portland.
I know CJ plays the 2-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great find.
Here's Brunson. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound. Portland leading. Here's Powell. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
And you know what? Saved what was likely to be a dunk.
Portland shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint. Now here's McCollum. He feeds it to Carmelo. Dishes it to Collins. Collins passes to Carmelo. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Anthony's got his first points in this one. The dish to Burke. Up and in on the layup.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And it's Anthony with the ball for Portland. They lead by 1. McCollum passes to Cantor. Back to McCollum. Now here's Cantor. Shoots from 12. And Collins now top the key. Inside. And Cantor throws it down.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Powell. Porzingis is coming in for Cauley-Stein. Richardson, he's checked in for Burke. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Here's Lillard after Luka Doncic's bucket. And Lillard gets double teamed. And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop. They now take the lead. 6 points for Josh Richardson.
Richardson doing a great job in transition. Has good speed. That time accelerates in the open floor.
Lillard outside. Down low. Porzingis with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Richardson's running.
Long arms and some quick hands that time. Some good awareness as Porzingis just kept moving.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Lillard outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Lillard's got 17.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Covington with the steal. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist from Covington. Lillard's got 4 points in the quarter. Now, here's Doncic. 17 points in the game. He gets it in there. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Simons, the pass to Nurkic. He kicks it to Lillard. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket. Shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
And that one's good. Doncic.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Here's Lillard. 21 points in the game. There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. He's feeling it, and he makes that one. Lillard's got 23 points.
Well, he's capable of lighting a fuse and putting on a fireworks show. He'll do it in any building. Tonight, he's got it going.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Doncic against McCollum. Porzingis on the follow.
Tough to match up with the length of Porzingis, and when he's floating around there, sometimes those rebounds are going to come up, and he's just too big to not get some.
And here's McCollum for 3. That shot no good. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game, neither team giving ground. Mavericks lead by 1. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Portland trailing here. Nurkic is out there with Anthony. Then it's Robert Covington. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Here's McCollum. Good.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
Burke with it. Kicks it to Cauley Stein. To the inside. Shot clock at 5. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Hardaway. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And stolen by Burke to the middle. And Hardaway gets it to go.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Cullen passes to Simons. Powell against Nurkic. Here's McCollum. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And the Trailblazers lead by 1. And here's Brunson. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. That one drops for him. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Pass to Simons. Back to McCollum. Passes it to Simons. Basket good.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Runs in the pass to Powell. Here's Cauley Stein. He can't get that one to fall. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Here's McCollum. And the layup's good off the glass. And it's a 3-point Portland lead.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And the pass to Cauley Stein. And here is Powell. He's guarded by Nurkic. Hardaway against Covington. Nurkic with the block.
Nurkic big and blocking.
And that's an intentional foul for the Trailblazers. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Robert Covington. And Norman Powell subbed in for Anthony Simons. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Dwight Powell. Porzingis is coming in for Cauley Stein. Josh Richardson's checked in for Burke. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Kicks it out to Collins. Pass to Powell. McCollum against Doncic. Mavericks trail by 3. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
So for the Trailblazers, Giles checked in for Anthony. Jones comes in for Zach Collins. And it's Damian Lillard in for C.J. McCollum.
And so confident. Even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
Here's Doncic. And it goes down 2 points. Doncic has got it all tied up now for Dallas.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
The shot by Lillard wide open. Kanter kicks to Lillard. Over Richardson. Portland no good that time either. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. It's good, and they get the go-ahead bucket. And that's 10 points for Josh Richardson.
Well, Richardson is a capable scorer, but nothing feels better than shots like that.
Lillard attacking. Yes!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And stolen by Lillard. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Lillard just plays with a flat-out edge. Dangerous as a player who knows how to draw contact inside.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
And he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Lillard.
Well, he has that ability, elevates his game in the clutch time. It's Lillard time. He's on point.
Now Doncic. Latrey buries the triple.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're trailing by 1. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
Yeah, sometimes not just what a coach draws up, but who he has execute in these moments.
And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Luka Doncic.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level.
Oh, that was something else.
Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
And the Mavericks call time here. They trail by 1. Just 4 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
And this is it, guys. Down 1. They've got just enough time to work it around for a good shot, and it better be a good shot because it's the only shot they have.
Here's Doncic. Oh, no good. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.
welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Margaret Hunt-Hill Bridge. And David up.
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Here are the five for the Clippers. Baca is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. And for the Mavericks, they've got Marjanovic. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the three, the small forward. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. Porzingis against Ibaka. Pass to Finney-Smith. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
Richardson finds Doncic. Here's Finney-Smith, defended by George. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Leonard. And that one's good. Doncic.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Leonard, the pass to Beverley. And that one, good.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
Now, here's Doncic. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Here's Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Pushing the action. Always working for the best shot. Nice drive by Kawhi.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Doncic, bounce pass. Marjanovic finds Doncic. And the shot goes down. Doncic has got 6.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Now here's Leonard, the 10-footer. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. Stolen by Zubac. Left side of Ibaka. Had the space there, but it's offline.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Here's George, following the score by Josh Richardson. Leonard dishes to Ibaka. Kicks it out to Leonard. Ibaka can't hit the putback. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on George.
We talk a lot about second-round picks coming in and making a difference. Josh Richardson is one of those guys, and he was rewarded financially for it.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Powell, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Willie Cauley-Stein comes in for Porzingis. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Now here's Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Feeds it to Patterson. And rattles out the dunk. You know, the layup might have been a better shot for him. Here's Richardson. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. He has 6.
You talk about a guy who's added some strength over the years. Look at the hit Josh took, and he was still able to convert.
Jackson passes to Cousins. Now Kennard. To halt the run. Los Angeles with another miss.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. Oh, great ball movement there.
Clippers trail by 8. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Kennard. On deep. It's good from long range.
Good vision. Good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot. Finds an open man.
Hardaway up top. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Cauley-Stein at the elbow. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Nice work inside by Cauley-Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Outside Jackson. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
They've got Willie Cauley-Stein. Jalen Brunson out there with Burke. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Powell in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Clippers trail by 7. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Ibaka comes in for Patrick Patterson. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Marcus Morris. And it's Paul George in for Luke Kennard. The Clippers grab the miss.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A. He saw the opportunity to get an easy bucket on the break and took advantage of it.
Now, here's Doncic. 6 points for him. It's Richardson on the wing over Beverly. Leonard against Doncic. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for the Mavericks. Redick comes in for Richardson. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
And here is Doncic. He's got 8. Hardaway finds Redick. Dallas moving it around. Marjanovic passes to Porzingis. Over Ibaka. Here's Marjanovic. And that one drops for him. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
and they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Outside Leonard. Drops in the layup for 2. Leonard's got 6.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Doncic against Leonard. Doncic, no good.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
Nobody near George. From outside, off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Redick out to Porzingis. Here's Hardaway. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Hardaway has got his first points of the game. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Clippers trail by 7. Here's Jackson. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
This is what you get from Reggie Jackson now. Powering through contact and has the focus to complete the play.
Burke, the pass to Cauley-Stein. Hardaway from outside. And Cauley-Stein throws it down. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Jackson passes to Patterson. Kennard up top. Burke covering. Just 5 on the clock. And Patterson kicks to Kennard. Here's Powell. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
So he gets them both. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. 9-point game. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
Here's Brunson, and he gets the bucket. Brunson's got the lead up to 9 now for the Mavs.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie and the Mavericks over the past couple of years, Shaq, making some great personnel.
Yeah, they traded up.
And that's a wrap.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for the Clippers right now, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot.
And you see Serge. He's still somewhat mechanical on the drive, but it can be effective.
Doncic against George. And it's Doncic missing. Clippers trail by 7. And George, here we go. And that one, good. George has got 6 points.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Doncic looking it over. Outside, Porzingis. Marjanovic kicks to Doncic. Dallas moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6.
Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
It's good. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
And this is how you score in transition. And Paul George, you just have to appreciate his hustle.
Doncic with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. And the rejection by Zubac. Porzingis finds Doncic. Over Beverly. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
And you've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
Melly is checked in for Dallas. Beverly against Doncic. George passes to Zubac. Beverly wide open. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. At the elbow, it's Jackson. Back to Kennard. Inside. Here's Patterson. It's rebounded by Dallas. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his first foul. Jackson against Brunson. Stolen by Jackson. Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Here's Brunson. That one falls. Brunson's got his second basket of the game.
And I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move.
Now the pass to Patterson. To the left wing. Back to Kennard. Passes to Patterson. 5 to shoot. Now here's Kennard. Offensive rebound. Patterson passes to Cousins. Jackson from long range. The shot misses. Mavericks leading by 5, and so they foul intentionally. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Powell, the pass to Cauley Stein.
Give DeMarcus Cousins credit. Using his size, staying disciplined, gets it done defensively.
Jackson down low. Brunson covering. From 12 feet out. Doesn't go that time. Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
You just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Patterson against Cauley Stein. 6 on the shot clock. Powell with the steal. And here we go. Burke heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. And now a 9-point Dallas lead.
Running it down their throats. 3 straight baskets there in transition.
We've got 28 seconds left in the third. Powell against Cousins. He kicks it to Patterson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A 3 from Morris. Burt grabs the miss.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Using his height and length there to prevent the second chance opportunity.
To end the cold streak, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Clippers trail by 9. We've got Luka Doncic. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Pass to Beverly. Outside, George. Over Richardson. Mavericks with the rebound. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Richardson attacking. He gets that one. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to, how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Porzingis with the ball. It's Ibaka picking him up.
And you look at it, 8 of the last 10 points they've given up here coming in transition. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Pass to Leonard. A 3 ball. And the Clippers miss again.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
Clippers trail by 13. Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists now in this one.
And this team's struggles are not his fault. He's putting in work at the offensive end.
Richardson against Beverly. Here's Porzingis. That doesn't go either for Porzingis.
Trying to finish out the game strong, you have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
Ibaka, the pass to George. And then jammed down right as he goes over Marjanovic.
Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
Over in the corner, Doncic. And the rejection by Leonard. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Beverly for 3. That one misses. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. There's the pass to Finney Smith. Out to Porzingis. Shoots over Zubats. Nice shot by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 4 points in the quarter.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They've came in focused and they've executed. Both sides attacking. That was good defense versus good offense.
And they go to the intentional foul on the Mavericks with some changes. Powell comes in for Marjanovic. Hardaway is subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. It's stolen by Ibaka. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. And it's Paul George with the finish.
He's a high-energy forward with great length. Surge forcing the turnover and making it happen.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Dallas again missing.
And the truth is, I've been there. He's trying to find the rhythm on his shot. He feels like he's close, and that's why he keeps shooting.
Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Kawhi Leonard. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the 4th. Dallas moving it around. Left side, Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
59 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Powell dishes to Doncic. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Leonard, the pass to Beverly. Hardaway against Leonard. Count it!
crucial points. Kawhi stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
And the Mavericks with possession here. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Doncic, here we go. And the rejection by Ibaka on the wing Hardaway. Clock at 6. Doncic kicks to Hardaway. Here's Porzingis. Hardaway finds Richardson. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. Yep, David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Robert Covington. Giles is out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the two-guard spot. And for Los Angeles, they've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the point. Here's Simons. Nurkic up top. Lillard against Beverly, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them.
Now, here is George. Five on the clock. Here's Giles. And now Portland on the break. Leonard with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's George on target from 13 feet.
You've got to be prepared on the catch to release quickly, and Paul George does that as well as anyone in the league.
Lillard the pass to Simons. Back to Lillard from downtown. Bangs home the trifecta. Lillard's got 5.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now, here's George. Leonard inside. Banked in off the glass.
Kawhi Leonard's length and shot-making ability on the interior is problematic for the defense.
Beverly against Lillard. Stolen by George. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Count that one.
And just willing to take chances defensively pays off in a transition basket.
That is quick defense to offense. These guys such terrific athletes. You can't let your guard down.
Here's Simons after the basket by Los Angeles. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted
the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Well, the three-point shooting of Paul George is an important attribute. Because he can put it on the deck, he's got to balance it with that kind of look right there.
Now here's McCollum. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
Three terrific kids, you're right. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now, here's George. He's got 7. Back to Beverly. Just 5 to shoot. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Shoots a fader. The shot, no good. And it's Portland the other way. Pass to McCollum. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, this guy is such a physical presence. Kawhi, phenomenal at finishing on the post. Possesses great touch and great length.
Now, here's Lillard. 10 points for him. And it's McCollum in the corner. A three-pointer is right on target. Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
34 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Beverly, the pass to George. Leonard against Covington. Pulls up on the elbow. The rebound by Giles. Trailblazers have gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running. McCollum, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Lillard from outside, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Tie game and some big points being put up on the board. Clark, as we... And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Marcus Morris is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in a point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Patterson, and the rejection by Collins. Anthony kicks to Powell. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Powell's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for Portland. After a promising rookie campaign, a lost year for Zach Collins, he played only 3 games before the injury took away the rest of his season.
I mean, a strange year and a lost year for Collins. You could say that about the whole NBA for that regard. But Collins is underrated as a prospect outside of Portland. This team loves the energy and skill he brings, though, to the table.
Well, quality shots usually translate to great percentages. The chippy for DeMarcus Cousins with authority.
Powell, the pass to Cannon. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Anthony in the corner. Collins in the post. Patterson defending. Here's Cantor. Lays it up and banks it in.
I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes Kanter plays. This guy is a terror on the offensive glass.
Jackson passes to Cousins. Now Kennard, guarded by Powell. For the three. Kennard's shot is off. Portland leading. Powell inside. Kennard covering. Powell, that's good.
I'll tell you, love to see someone take the contact head on. And Norman Powell welcoming the challenge.
Pass to Patterson. And no good. Collins with some nice D. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Simons, he's checked in for Portland. To the paint. They get a hand on it. Cantor, the pass to Simons. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, still a dependable shot blocker. That is what got Serge Ibaka playing time at the beginning of his career. Nice. Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. McCollum against Beverly. McCollum dishes to Cantor. That's tipped.
Wow, Patrick Beverly, barely 6 feet. Send it back, young Patrick.
To the inside, Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Passes it to Simons. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. For Los Angeles, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And George kicks to Ibaka. 1:12 left to play here in the half. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
So for the Trailblazers, Norkic checked in for Cantor. Giles comes in for Zach Collins. And Robert Covington subbed in for Anthony. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And a switch here also for Portland. Damian Lillard's checked in for McCollum. Cousins. Great D that time from Nurkic. And for Portland, they're shooting the ball at a 43% rate here in the second. Here's Simons. Misses the layup.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one drops.
I remember when Patrick Patterson was coming out of high school. Major recruiting battle. Every school seemed to want this guy. Duke, Florida, you name it. But the Kentucky Wildcats win again.
Now here's Covington. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Now Cousins. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Jackson down low. Working on Nurkic. Covington with the steal. Inside. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 10 points and 1 assist. And that should do it.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, Giles is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in at the 2. Basket here gets them back in front.
And it's been a long time coming, partner.
Here's George. For the lead, it's tipped, and he recovers it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Now, here's Lillard. 10 points for him. And a minute played as the second half gets going. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got his second basket.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul. And here is Los Angeles now, trailing by 2. George looking over the floor. The pass to Leonard. 6 to shoot. Denied.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
So for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Giles. And McCollum subbed in for Anfernee Simons. Now here's Lillard. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both
Seattle.
those cities.
Exactly. Now here's Lillard. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Lillard against Beverly. Anthony. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. George with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Well, speed, intelligence, touch. Kawhi Leonard has it all.
Trailblazers have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. It's McCollum on the wing. Over George. Kicks it out to Lillard. Launches a 3. Second chance shot. Kanter, the pass to Anthony. McCollum against George. Kanter dishes to Lillard. The 3 from McCollum. He's off on that one, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So for the Trailblazers, Zach Collins comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Powell in for Lillard. Now, here is Morris. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Kennard. On the wing, Morris. Over Anthony. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Here's McCollum on the money with the open jumper. McCollum's got the lead up to 4 now for the Trailblazers.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
Kennard on the wing. Guarded by Powell. Kennard kicks to Jackson. And the 3 off target. Trailblazers leading by 4. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Collins, good.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Down low, stolen by Cantor. Up in time. That shot off. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. And Los Angeles with some changes. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Patterson. And it's Leonard in for Luke Kennard. And then for the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Norman Powell comes in for Harry Giles. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. And the Clippers making a switch here. Zubats is checked in. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Collins is checked in. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He told them this is a game of runs. It's a game of momentum. We may have the lead now, but I'm telling you guys, it can evaporate in a hurry. Let's close this thing out.
That's green. We've got Ibaka. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And here is Powell. Shoots over Leonard. The shot by Powell, no good. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverly. Wow.
Trailblazers leading by 6. McCollum finds Powell. About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. McCollum passes to Collins. Over George. Shot by Collins, no good. The Clippers shooting at 50% in a decent group. Here's Leonard. Whistle blows, basket. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
Zubac, there's the triple. The Clippers rebound. Pass to Beverly. Kicks to Leonard. He dishes it to Ibaka. Goes up with it again. Over Cantor. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. To the middle. Here's Collins. Sweet move. The shake. He is hauled in by Zubac. Zubats has got rebound number 8 now on the night.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Kawhi's game comes with a measure of resolve as a scorer. Contact simply doesn't affect him as much as other players.
Now here's Powell. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And the dunk by Powell.
Norman Powell on the big-time delivery.
Clippers trail by 4. Beverly dishes to Leonard. Dishes to Ibaka. Here's the floater. Collins grabs the miss. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Trailblazers. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Clippers. Now, here's Lillard. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. But they recover it. Here's Simons. Drills it from outside. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open. .127 left in the fourth. Leonard looking around. The dish to Beverly. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Beverly. Leonard's got 10 points here in the second half. Portland leading by 5. Lillard with it. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Zubats. Good on the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. Both good from the line that time.
Clutch. Those free throws turn this into a one-possession ball game.
50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Money!
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
George dishes to Leonard. Good D by Covington. Nurkic the pass to Covington. Poked away. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. Count it.
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Giles kicks to Lillard. Passes to Covington. Here's Simons.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
That's what you call slamming the door. This one is over.
So the Trailblazers win it. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work.
you